This way. Awesome. And as you talk, it'll come this way and then.
Okay.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's Rick from MTMV Sports. I'm so blessed, elated, overjoyed again to be here with Mr. John Grant. Listen, I've been here a few times for the Celebration Bowl, and every year it gets bigger and better. And Mr. Grant, I'm so thankful to be speaking with you again. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for having me today.
Awesome. So talk to us about what fans should expect going into this year's celebration.
Well, another exciting weekend. I mean, we're in year number 9. You can already feel the buzz in the city. And, we've got 2 great teams participating in the bowl game. We have 6 great bands participating in the Red Lobster Band of the Year tonight. And so, we can't ask anything more for championship weekend, that we're going to be crowning national champions in the HBCU Marching Band Division I, Division II, and high school level. And then certainly on Saturday, we're going to crown a national champion in football.
Talk to me about that national champion, because it seems that at one point, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it kind of felt that people were still debating who the national champion is, even after the Celebration Bowl. And at that point, I heard from you, you're like, look, this game determines who the national champion is. So it seems that nowadays, that seems to be the going mantra, right? Like everybody recognizes this person. Whoever wins this is the champion. Talk about that transition.
Well, prior to having an actual game, national champions were determined by polls, by writers' polls, etc. But, true championships, as time has evolved, you win a championship on the football field. And these 2 Division I conferences, the MEAC and the SWAC, are sending their champions here to Atlanta to the Cricket Celebration Bowl to determine who the actual national champion is. So for us, we know what the platform is, and I think everyone is beginning to see what is required and what is necessary, to build a platform where a champion can fully be crowned. And that's what you're seeing today.
I love it. Talk about the growth of even these events, because you've been in Radio Row before, right? I mean, you were here before, and the room wasn't this full, but it's full now, right? Talk to me about the growth of even this event.
Well, it's like anything else. There's an evolution to everything. You don't open the door and all of a sudden, or you don't plant a seed, and then tomorrow your garden is full of flowers. You have to plant the seed, you have to nurture it, you have to make sure that it gets, plenty of sunlight, etc. And then, you come back for the harvest. So what we're seeing now is the maturation of something that you were even a part of in the early days. That's now a full blown. As I look around this room, I mean, this place is packed.
Yes, sir.
But that's what we envision. And you know what? It's going to even become more so as more and more outlets like yours, tag on to what's being done here. And you guys really helped us pioneer that.
It's been a blessing to watch the growth. It's been a blessing to watch you consistently not only be consistently excellent every year. And I think players, from coaches, it's always consistent excellence in these events. And so, I mean, I'm thankful to have been a part of even a little bit of it, right? Just to watch what you've been able to do has been incredible.
There's a lot of people involved in it, and my hat's off to them. We have a lot of volunteers. Our staff is incredible. I mean, they it's a passion for all of us. And we have a 3-pronged mission for this, for what we do. Number one, we want to make sure that we're providing a world-class, second-to-none experience for the student athletes who come. It's hard to get here, and it should be hard. And it's hard to, even when you get here, to win. And to win championships should be difficult. But we also are providing a world-class, second-to-none experience for the fan. That person who decides, they want to come, spend the time with us, enjoy their friends, be at a championship Super Bowl like game in one of the best venues in the world, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We want to make sure that experience is second to none, that they can't get it anywhere else other than here. And then third and finally is that, a world-class second to none experience for the people who tune in and watch. So our presentation of the game, we always want to make sure that it's a very high level. So whether you're watching the Cricket Celebration Bowl or you're turning on the Super Bowl, that the quality of your presentation, is the same, and the level of excitement is the same. And the fact that we have champions here, our games have always been close, and that is another part of what a championship game should feel like. You should never have a game where there's a blowout, and we've never had one that's a blowout. We in 2021 is the largest margin, I think it was 34-10. But beyond that, everything else went down to the wire, the last play or the last drive. And that's what championship football should be like.
You talked about 2021, and it was a large margin, but people were locked in the whole time because it was the upset of the year. Right? So that was probably one of the best games I've ever seen. I mean, people couldn't control themselves in the press box. They couldn't control themselves. Listen, I love to see the growth, but one of the things you've been consistent about is talking about this in relation to the Super Bowl. You've envisioned this as the Super Bowl of Black college football for a very long time. So as you've watched that kind of unfold and watched that grow, talk about the impact you've had not only on the schools that are involved, right, but the impact you've had on all of Black college football.
Well, I hate to use the word impact that I have. I say the impact that we've had. I mean, it's been media outlets like yours and many of those in this room that were keeping the lights on when no one was looking. And so my commitment and my thanks goes out to you guys, because you were there, you were talking about it, when others necessarily weren't. But now that we've grown and it has become what it's becoming, we're going to make sure that you all are still here and that you're carrying the mantle as you have, because you are talking to the people and the fans that really support what we do. If you can't really shoot for the above the top of the mountain, and that's what we're wanting to make sure. This is our Super Bowl. It's ours. And if we can make it into what we want it to be, when we commit to it and support it and engage in it, whether you're watching it, and when you do watch it, how about gather your friends like you do on Super Bowl Sunday? Why can't we create Celebration Bowl Saturday? And, if you can't make the game, and not everyone can, but what they can do is have a Cricket Celebration Bowl Saturday brunch.
Yes.
Your chicken and waffles, your champagne, your Bloody Marys, and your shrimp and grits, and do all that. And let's sit down and tune in and watch this game. The second, and the other part of that is, look, if we don't build it, who will? So we have to be all in on building, not just for us, but we're thinking 50 years from now that your children's children are going to be able to, participate in something that reflects their culture, that is a championship level for them, and that they then will have the obligation to take it to sites that we have not even seen or imagined. That's what we're going to do.
The lights just went off in here, but that's great, because I can see even better now.
Someone may have leaned up against the light switch, so that's probably what happened.
Look, it's popping now. Look, this looks great. Honestly,
this is
yeah, it looks good.
Looking really good.
Yeah. So that thing, shout out to the ring light. Let's talk. Just finally, I want to talk about the partnership with Red Lobster, right?
Yeah.
Because that's great, and now the CEO. He's here. That's crazy. And I love the fact that there's a partnership, and they, the banner of the year, the thing. Talk to us about that partnership.
Listen, we are so excited about our relationship, a brand new relationship with Red Lobster, whom have become the title sponsor of the Band of the Year. We can't say enough about their commitment, but we can't also, because we think it reflects the real value of this property and the potential that this property have. When you have a brand that will sign on to put their name on top of something like this, it signifies that we're onto something real. So when you think about Super Bowl weekend, or what we're now calling championship weekend, that we're going to be crowning national championship with HBC marching bands, and then we'll crown a national champion in football. That means that the two things that are significant in our culture, that we have created a platform where we can highlight excellence in a real way, not what people think is, but we have professional adjudicators who give them a rubrics that they play to and are ranked to get to a championship. And then we also are, there's a huge financial benefit to them to make it to that level. Listen, we're just beginning to fight. We're just beginning to fight. We, in our time, on our watch, right here in this moment, have been given the keys to a Ferrari. So, without question, we're going to just make it do what it do.
Amen. Amen. Any final thoughts for fans?
I would say that right now is the best place to be. Atlanta is, and especially this weekend, Cricket Celebration Bowl. If you've never been, you have to come once, because if you come once, you'll come again. But also, if you don't get a chance to come, tune in and watch. The Band of the Year is going to be televised on ESPN. It's going to be streamed on ESPN Plus, and it'll be streamed on ESPN3. So if you've got the app, you can watch it. And if you have ESPN Plus, you subscribe, you can watch it there live, real time. So it's a nationally broadcast event, and we're just excited about what the potential will be in the future that we have. And I want to thank you again for for covering us and for telling our story. We appreciate it a great deal.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless.